Hey everybody, we are live and in living color. What is going on, everybody out there? I see Miss Bluegrass hanging out with us tonight. How you doing? But we got some awesome guests in house. How are you doing, guys? We have and gals, and we got Ken, my good friend. He's John Dois. How are you doing, buddy?
Which one?
Ken, yeah. Mr. Bluegrass.
Remember last time we have two Kens? It was confusing, right?
Right.
I was like Ken Bluegrass. Ken the Bluegrass.
Just call me Captain.
There you go.
Ken and Captain. I'm doing great, man. How you doing, Prac?
You know, I'm doing really good. It's been a long day, but doing well.
It's been a long week.
And we have two lovely guests on return. We have Mandy. How are you doing? 10th Kingdom BC. I am trying them out today and this week, and I am loving it. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing good, doing good. Captain, what's going on? You're live from the Walmart. What's going on, buddy?
Just hanging out here at the Walmart. I just saw some young girls about 14 talking about being catcalled. Just like talking about, you got a boyfriend, I'm being catcalled. It was pretty silly.
Oh my gosh.
He's just screaming out the window right now.
You should tell them you don't need no scrubs. Like, come on.
I wasn't catcalling. My daughter was in the car, so I was like, no, I'm not going to try and pick up this 14-year-old. I mean, weird.
I'm more thinking, where's their dad? Because my daughter's not going to be at Walmart at 8 o'clock at night by herself.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. Somebody needs a whooping.
Right? Oh, yeah. Right.
Do you know what's funny is, I kid you not, I go to the Walmart here in town, and there's kids at like, we have one of those 24/7 here because we're in a city. And there's people who bring their 2-year-old kids in there at like 11 at night. I'm just like, what are you doing bringing your kid in at 11 at night?
Yep.
I don't like
Anyway,
Walmart at 8 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, for sure.
I usually go at 3 or 4. That way I can avoid anybody.
That's the way to do
point.
it.
Fair enough.
It's a good point.
Mrs. Bluegrass goes to Walmart. I usually don't.
I try to stay. So we have one of those marketplace ones, and that's actually our go-to right now. We used to go to a Fry's, which just Kroger's. I don't know if you guys have those back east, but
yeah.
Oh, so we got a Fry's out here.
Right.
And we used to go there, but now we go to the easier one, which is Walmart. Because if we go at 6 on a Saturday or 7 on a Saturday morning, nobody there. Love it. Love it. James, what's going on, buddy? We haven't seen you for a couple weeks here. I mean, I know you've been working and you got some stuff going on, but it's good to see you. What's going on, man?
Appreciate it. Yeah, I've just been busy. I had some stuff going on last week, so I couldn't make it. So, but yeah, man, I'm doing good. Glad I can kind of jump back in this.
Yeah, of course. You're always, we're a team. So, so what I have to ask though is, what dessert is it that you brought today, my friend?
I actually just kept it simple. I mean, I made some cookies today.
Oh, yes.
Peanut butter chocolate chip, or peanut butter chocolate chunk, not chip. I use like the chocolate bar.
That's ridiculously
We're
good.
still waiting on that one for the, what was it, peanut butter and jelly cookies? Was that it, Cappy?
Peanut butter jelly with bacon and banana.
Right?
Oh, goodness.
That's what we need a recipe, guys. We're going to make this happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on, slacker.
So did Miss Bluegrass, did Mel give you anything to part ways with to show off in her collection of good foods that she is?
So, yeah, you caught me last minute, but she's always got something baked up on the counter. So, I don't know if you caught Sober Chef Eric, his auction was it Friday night?
Oh, yeah. Friday night.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Friday.
She donated to that auction. She donated 4 dozen cookies.
Okay.
I missed that part.
They went for $275.
Oh my goodness. That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
The person
That's
that
awesome.
won them, had to have gluten-free. So she made her first ever batch of gluten-free cookies. So we got chocolate chip, and we got the butterscotch, oatmeal, whatever. Being gluten-free, these are some of the best cookies I've ever had. I can't believe I like them.
That's good. What kind of flour do they use? Do you know what kind of flour they're using for gluten-free?
I think she bought some flour. I think she bought almond flour.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Something else that said, I don't know. There was a bunch of stuff on my counter that said GF. That's all I know.
for John.
Gluten free.
She definitely needs a bearded cookie cutter.
Right.
She does.
There-
Oh my God. We should find someone to make that for her.
That's your new thing. That's what you do. You do cookies with your profile thing.
All
Yeah.
beards.
There you go.
I
That
bet
is
we
aw-
can find that.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you could. That's awesome. That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
So what did I make? I made what I make. So this is really, really simple, but most people don't have this ingredient. So I just went with some popcorn. But in the Southwest, we go with tahine. Do you guys know what tahine is?
Yeah.
It's this crazy
Right, Ken, I'm like,
Mexican.
no.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
It's the spicy Mexican sugary. Like if you have a Mexican dessert, it's covered and layered in this stuff. And so it looks like it is, if you can see it, it looks like it's covered in little red pieces. And it's kind of like a chili. So it is a chili. And it
chili
spices
lime.
it up, and it is so good. So good. It's on Mexican candy. It's on it. We have it in drinks. Like any of there's a store down the street that puts it's like mango juice with tahine and peanuts and mango bits. So good. So I thought I would introduce a little Southwest to you guys today.
That really sounds good.
Everything here has a little bit of spice in it because and so I had a friend that told me recently, like, I'll never go to the Southwest because you guys just eat nothing but fire food. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Fire food.
Tyson wants to know, do you mean mayonnaise? I don't know what that means.
Do I mean mayonnaise? Do
there
you
something with
mean
mayonnaise?
mayonnaise? So I think that there is people that put mayonnaise. So the corn here. So when you get that Mexican corn,
Street corn. Yeah.
they'll put the street corn, right? They'll put that layer of mayonnaise, and then they'll put a layer of tahini on it, and it will be. That's what makes it kind of the spicy kind of. But the mayonnaise makes it kind of a weird. I always thought that was weird that they put the mayonnaise, but it tastes so good. So
I think I can speak for Mandy and probably the captain too. Down south, we don't put mayonnaise on our corn.
No, or hot pepper. Mm-mm. That's not how we roll.
Nah,
tahini is right.
Butter.
Salt.
butter.
Do you guys-
Butter.
We're fancy
Do you guys
with the
put
garlic.
stick butter?
You
Yeah.
gotta put some of that green stuff on there, parsley that has no flavor.
On top of the butter, yeah.
On top of the butter, yeah.
I think he's talking about weed.
Mandy, don't tell him.
That's right. So that's right. I sometimes forget Tyson's from the Utah area, so he's a
Yeah.
Southwest boy. He's a Southwest boy.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm talking about. You can't go
Yeah.
anywhere in the Southwest without some of that stuff being around. It's good stuff.
The tangent or the marijuana?
Well, if you go to what is it, Nevada now, you can go get it legal. With California, Nevada, I think we're surrounded by 2 or 3 states that have no marijuana. They have like marijuana's open or whatever it is they call it. California, I think Nevada has it, and then Colorado.
I wish it was legal here, man. You go to Mandy's house, you're gonna find a lot of it.
Is that the whole Kentucky thing? I heard there was that's the Kentucky bluegrass piece.
So not only do we raise amazing racehorses, but we raise hemp.
I have heard this.
Yeah, so Kentucky was actually the first state in the hemp rollout program. So it's taken us a while because there's a lot that you have to do and there's a lot of regulations. So it's not a lot of the farmers in my area are growing it, but my neighbor grows it. He has for the last 2 years. So go down the street and just snip you a stalk.
Right.
So that brings me to a thing here, to a little. We are talking about grilling. I don't know if you guys have done this, so I'll divvy for a second, and we'll go back to him. Have you guys ever had corn grilled in the husk?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That is the best way to grill corn. I don't care who you are. That's the best way. It does something. You can almost take it out of the husk and not have butter on it. It tastes so good. I think that's the best way to grill corn. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Bearded Beta, what's up, man?
hey, what's going on, buddy? It's good.
Right?
Long
Ain't
time
seen
no
you in a
see.
while, man.
He's got the eyes. He's got the eyes. He's watching.
Yeah, he is. That boy's always watching.
Yeah.
Him and Ryan. Ryan's a stalker. Just saying. Love you,
So,
Ryan.
what's going on, Beta? It's good to see you, buddy. So here's what we had this discussion, Mandy, a little bit because we were talking a little bit about your some of the things that you had to go through with your business recently. And one of them is that you had to get it, say that it was certified Kentucky grown hemp
Yes.
for you to be able to sell it in the state of Kentucky at local barbershops. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I thought that was an interesting story that you had about that.
Okay, so what we have in Kentucky, the Department of Agriculture allowed the state to set up a group called Kentucky Proud. And what they do is it's basically farmers in the communities giving back to the state of Kentucky and to support the farmers. A lot of the farmers in the state of Kentucky, that's their cash crop is tobacco, and now hopefully hemp will be as well. So in order for Cappy and I to get any sort of, I guess you could say like recognition, we have to guarantee and certify that our CBD is sourced from farms in the state of Kentucky. So that's kind of something that's really important. Farmers, without them, we would not have most of what we have. So it's important to give back to them and to recognize them as being what holds us all together, whether it's food or if you smoke or whatever. So that's what we're striving for right now, is to make sure that we can source it from farms in Kentucky and be eligible to do more with the Kentucky Proud logo. So that's really the basis behind that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's pushed pretty good all across the state. You can walk in any even in a Walmart, they have stuff with Kentucky Proud stickers on it.
They do.
Yeah. So it's farmers markets and any little store you walk into, Kentucky Proud's a big thing.
It is. It's in and like Ken can even tell you, it's important to give back to your community and to the people that help support your state. So whether it's your local farmer or the lady down the street that does sewing alterations, it's important to give back to the community and to help support your community, because then your community can go on to support another one. And it's all about paying forward and giving back.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and actually Cappy and I was talking about that today, as far as like fundraisers and stuff, what's the best we can do.
Yep. We actually looked at a new fundraiser today to work for one of these problems that's going on today with COVID. We're seeing a lot of people having issues getting things like feed for animals and things like that. So we actually joined into, and you're going to see coming up soon, we're working with Wild Heart Rescue, hopefully, and we're going to start contributing some funds to help feed the animals and save animals from slaughter. You guys check it out if you get a chance.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
We're really excited about that. Because the wild horses in America, they're such beautiful creatures. Horses are, but the way that they're rounded up is very traumatic. And it's out of the sheer love for these animals that people like Jessica, who runs the rescue, it's because of them they get a life, and it's a struggle right now. People aren't giving as much. or there's just so many bad apples that are making it hard for the legitimate ones to get assistance. So we're really excited to be rolling that out, and hopefully we'll have it rolled out and put together before the end of the month.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which actually, another thing I wanted to bring up real quick is you want to tell them about our junior artist that we've added to the team?
Has she never not been the part of the team? So, right. So the label for Fall Harvest, some of you have seen it. I know Ryan has it. So the junior artist on that is Asia, which is Cappy's daughter. She helped him with that label. So, I told him this is a family business. She's family. If she's going to put in effort on a label, then she needs to be recognized for it. And, you always have to be cautious when it's your kids. So, never do it without his permission. And he was just, all for it. And so you guys can see her on the site now. And she's going to be doing a lot more. I'm really excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which she's actually going to be handing me over that to send to you tonight, our new logo that we're looking at. She's going to send that to me.
Yay! I can't wait to see it.
Yep.
I can't wait to see it.
Awesome.
I tell him all the time, like, she's more talented than he is.
Okay.
I love her. She's the best kid.
So my kid's 12 years old, and I don't know if you guys how old your guys' kids are, but for 12, she's actually in Walmart. Well, she's actually here now, but she was in Walmart shopping on her own. Gave her a budget. She's doing awesome, man. She actually helps with my household. She keeps me on track more than I do.
She does.
Very true.
That's cool.
And it's funny because I'm all over the place as a tattoo artist. I'm working with Mandy here, and then I'm actually working on a clothing line out of California called Relentless Lifestyle. So we're really trying to push for all these things, and then on top of it, I'm a full-time dad, and I'm trying to have a life of my own, which is not easy these days. So very interesting,
That's awesome.
It is really interesting. I agree.
Yeah.
She's a really cool kid.
That is really cool. And I think that brings up a point. And I think that kids now, letting them kind of do something like that is so beneficial, because I think there's a lot of kids. I know I'm teaching my son, Caden, he's 11. I'm teaching him some of the basics that I didn't do for my other kids. So when my other kids got out of school, they had no idea how to do a budget. I have one kid that doesn't even know how to put a bike chain. He's like 20, 21, doesn't know how to put a bike chain on a bike. Not that it's it's just that we didn't teach him anything. Like, I repaired it for him and then they rode, I didn't teach it. And I realize that now, coming back, that there's a level of education that we as parents are supposed to pass on, and not just give them video games and just do it for them, and then they don't have any way to actually do for themselves when they get out of the house.
Right.
Hey, what's up, Dan? How are you doing, buddy?
Right. You missed the dessert, Dan. Sorry.
Oh, there's dessert here. Hey, Dan, there's some cookies here that Gary paid $275 for. So
yeah, show off the cookies. Show off the $275 cookies.
They're gluten-free chocolate chip, and I mean they're awesome cookies. But yeah, $275 to Sober Chef Eric's cause there.
That's so awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, I tuned into just a little bit of his before I had to get going, and yeah, he's come a long way. Super proud of him, and I can only hope that he continues to keep it up and move forward with that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really, really good guy.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah.
So, James, do you have any questions? What's your questions for these folks? I mean, we had them on before. I know that you had some questions last time as well.
Oh, I know. Last time we talked about the CBD and their product and stuff like that. And so about the getting certified, getting all that certified and stuff like that. So to get that going. So I mean, questions right now. I can't think of anything right now to ask.
So I know that the story is that you guys are going to now start doing a CBD line, which seems to be kind of a trend in the community.
Well,
Right, but I
hold
think you
on.
guys were doing it before, right?
Starting?
Yeah, we're not starting it.
Good.
The line's always been there. It just, in today's age, a lot of platforms don't want to allow you to sell it because they're not able to regulate it. Some platforms are changing and allowing it to be sold now, but it's always been, from the beginning of the company, it's always been a part of it. So it's not really anything new. It's just wasn't pushed as much because there are still some states where you absolutely cannot sell it. So if someone from I think one of them is like Hawaii, if someone from Hawaii says, "Hey, I want to order this," it's going to get kicked out of their cart and they're going to be told, "Sorry, we can't because your state doesn't allow it." So,
and we really have a problem keeping it in stock because Mandy likes to smoke it.
you said he wasn't going to tell.
Oh,
but you smoke it with me, man. So really? You going to throw me under the bus?
Legal. It's legal, so we can do that all we want.
Now in,
Yes,
in Kentucky, is
change
it legal
soon.
to have? Is it legal to possess in Kentucky?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just, of course, some things that aren't exactly on the up and up.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it is. And again, there's always red tape with rolling out anything that comes from any sort of psychedelic plant or whatever. So the government's going to take their time to figure out how they can get their money off of it too.
Well, here in Tennessee, Mandy, it's funny. We're actually this weekend going to the farm where Mayfield Dairy Farm, they call it. And
like Mayfield ice cream?
Yeah, Mayfield Ice Cream's
I
Dairy
love
Farm.
that place.
So we go to pick pumpkins, and right next to the pumpkin patch, it's like there's CBD patch, and we were going through it for the first time, and since I'm not a smoker and all that, I see this stuff, and it's been 15 years since I've actually seen pot, and I'm like, wow, is that, what I think it is? And they're like, well, it's a CBD base. They actually make CBD for their cows to keep their cows happier. Different things like
That's
that.
That's awesome.
In so many different forms, and here in Chattanooga, we have farms popping up for CBD. So it's only a matter of time till we legalize.
Right. Yeah, and I don't quite understand why it's not been 100% legalized. Because I think the benefits of it definitely outweigh any of the issues that could arise from it. So
That's interesting. So see what Dan is saying there?
Yeah, but it's not legal to sell in all of them. Like when I was setting it up, there was like 7 different states where we were not allowed to sell it and ship it to. And that was just recent. So yeah, and I know Dan, he does his research, so I'm definitely going to check that because maybe, the information I got was outdated, but I'm definitely going to check that out.
I definitely would.
Some states do have confusing and outdated laws with it too. I mean, that's definite.
He's from my home state, Michigan, so I want to give a shout out to Michigan real quick.
Oh, there we go. Yep. I think he's he's wearing the blue. He's wearing the blue. I think he went to U of M, so
yeah, he's an alum. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was on their sports teams too, so that's cool. I like that. Even though I'm a big Notre Dame fan, and we can't always agree about good teams, but it's all good. So that leads up to, you guys have been really kicking it up a notch, and I've seen that over the last couple of weeks. You guys did this whole really awesome scent reveal Tell us a little bit more about that. I thought that was really cool. You had about 6 cents that you guys released in like a week. It was awesome.
6 cents in 6 days. Yeah, technically 7, but the 7th one was kind of a, I don't know, more of just hey, look, we're gonna drop this because it's kind of funny.
Poking some fun.
Yeah, we both enjoyed doing that. Taking things that most people look at and they're like, well, Captain just disappeared.
Did he?
Yeah, there he is. But yeah, we both enjoy poking fun at things that most people look at and they can't see the humor in it. We just can't help but look and see the humor in it. Like, if we do this, are they going to get it? And so we laugh our asses off at it because we find it funny.
So I'm going to put up this so this is something else that I just saw. And I'm going to make sure we put it up. You guys have a special offer that you guys are doing right now until through Monday, right?
Monday, yes.
So and I'm going to put this code up in about 5 seconds. They have 20% off their entire lineup right now. And that is by far one of the coolest. And you guys now have, how many products do you guys have in your lineup?
We have 10
or 11 now with, yep.
Yeah.
And so they have something going on, but they can't talk about it till Monday.
So I was actually going to say, so we're going to be with you on Monday, right?
You guys are, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Mandy, what do you say we jump in on this cook-off thing they do on the desserts, man? You down for that?
I'm down for that, but they're not going to do it on Monday.
You think you're going to win, right?
Please. I know I'm going to.
Well, Monday, I think we need to be here Monday. Everybody needs to come because we're going to watch Mandy burn boiling water.
You said you would give me pointers. I mean, really.
So I think we need to jump on and bring our desserts to the table and see what we can do. And we got a big announcement coming on Monday as well.
They do.
We do. It's going to be pretty cool. I was a little sidetracked and I didn't get the discount code in there. Like one of my longtime friends, just told me that he is 90% or his doctor's 90% sure, like he has, why does that say Iowa Beard Co?
I was just say Iowa. Did I screw it up? I'm screwed up.
Anyways, but they're like, his doctors are 90% sure that he has Parkinson's, and he's still relatively young and was just
wow.
Yeah, so I was talking to him and just lost track of time. So that will be up there as soon as we're done with the stream. And that is going to be the code. We got a secret.
If I could do it right. Yeah. I've been like, this is like the week of screw ups. I tell you, I sent in a document that didn't have all of the accepted reviews on it. And so it just came off as with a bunch of scratched up red stuff all over my document today. I was like giving it to senior directors. I'm like, what am I new here? I'm not.
Hey, Mandy, let me ask you, how often do you guys text with Prac?
We text back and forth, on occasion, but yeah, I'm like, what?
What do you say?
What did you mean?
So
I've almost got it down and I can figure it out. But sometimes I'm like,
the whole language.
What? Yeah.
It is.
I'm like,
so
I'm not speaking this.
So the bottom of the screen did not have a different company name. That was just Prac Talk. So don't worry about it.
Yes, that was Prac Talk.
It didn't say Iowa. It said 10th Kingdom. In my world, that's what it was. It was 10th Kingdom BC.
Okay, so the code is in there now. Thank goodness for apps.
Yes.
Without it, I would be lost. Cappy can tell you that.
Oh yeah.
And you guys just also redid your website too.
We did. We've got a brand new website actually. Mandy spent a lot of time working on it. We've been actually putting everything together piece by piece, and we look forward to it kind of growing.
Yeah, it's been something.
I was checking out earlier. Compared to like the other one, it's a lot more laid out better. Everything's more sectioned out. Like I like stuff like that where it's like in oils and butters and combos, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Everything, you kind of go A to B to C really quick, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot better.
There was this guy that I know that had a lot of suggestions in regards to that. I don't know him though very well.
Right.
He's a strange man. He misspells a lot of words.
You probably look in the mirror, you might see him.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like my thing outside of my real world life is that I do IT work. So I'm a performance engineer for websites. So anytime that I can give a little bit of help and handout to any company, I've been talking to a couple companies actually about just doing maybe some minor coding, but some, at least helping out and trying to get get them successful. That's such a big deal for look and feel of a website. That makes either it turns people away or it sells people. And the more that you can get stuff in and out into your shopping cart, we call it the shopping funnel, the better you're going to be off. And I think that Mandy's I think you're using Shopify, right?
Yeah, we went to Shopify. Hang on one second. Ryan, don't be laughing about boiling water because next time I'm putting your order in it. Just kidding. But yeah, so Dan, if you guys notice in the comments, him and Bam are going back and forth. And actually what Bam had stated was some of the stuff that I had seen. So definitely, yeah. And a lot of it is part of the 2018 Farm Bill, but there is a lot of, like Dan had said earlier, there's a lot of confusing language, which it's the government. That's what they do. They do whatever they can to keep us as confused as possible. Cappy and I was actually talking about some of that earlier. But yeah, so it would be fantastic if all states were on board and had the same language and let the stuff come through as it should. So yeah, that's definitely something more that I'm going to look into again. Because I don't want to tell anybody in any state, if it's going to help them, that sorry, I can't help you.
Right.
I mean, who does that? But anyway, sorry, I just was, pointing that out. That thank God Dan C's on here because
I'm telling you that Dan's
is a world of knowledge.
That's what I was just going to say. That dude has a lot of knowledge, and he's been really, I think that there's a couple people in the community that just really do a lot of their research.
Yeah.
And he's one of them that really knows what he's talking about because he spends the time. And I think that as a reviewer, that's an amazing ability to be able to help other folks out, especially in these discussions. That's where we can figure out these up as a discussion so that we can, go look at it. And because sometimes we think we know, and then all of a sudden we find out, no, it's a little bit different. Maybe I can do something now. That's awesome. I hope that works for you guys.
I mean, that's our job, right? Just on that. I mean, as reviewers, that's part of our job is to put the information out there. And we have to research. We have to be willing to research and know what we're talking about before we put it out there. So Dan does a great job at that.
Yeah. Without him, he really goes above and beyond. And that's kind of like Andy, just Andy, he does too. If anyone ever just takes 5 minutes to talk to him, he's another one that's a wealth of knowledge and information.
Yeah, he's a really smart guy.
He is. Yeah. And that's what, so I wanted to bring that up because we talked about this the other day, that's kind of helped your company recently kind of like it changed your direction quite a bit, and it's
Mhm.
actually, I think, in my opinion, has helped you because you guys have really good products. But can you tell us a little
Thanks.
bit about that story? I love that story.
Okay, so, and I don't think I've ever even told Cappy this. We just, we get together and we get distracted by squirrels and shit. But so when I first, right, ooh, look. So when I first started the company, there's all kinds of information online. Anyone can type in anything and you have a million different avenues to go down. So I didn't put in as much time and research as I should have when I started. So in my opinion, the products were a little bit more inferior. Definitely by far than what we have now, but I don't even really remember. So I connected with Andy because Bam.
Bam's awesome, isn't he? I love
He
that. I love
is,
that.
but
That
that
whole
was just because
Christmas
I
thing
love you.
is awesome.
I love what you do and give back to your community and to the kids. That's all that was, because that just warms my heart. But he lives down in Louisiana. Is that right, Louisiana? I'm pretty sure that's where Andy
Who?
lives.
Oh,
Andy.
Andy. Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
lives in the
I
southeast
think it's
somewhere.
Louisiana. Yeah. But he had made a statement about the balms and how they get like really gunky in that heat in his beard. And I had tried a recipe for a beard balm made with aloe vera gel. And I was like, dude, I got you covered. And so he messaged me and he started asking me some questions about it. And it was at that moment that I realized I was not on the level I should have been in order to answer his questions. Like I could not answer all of them. So he really took some time and talked to me. We went back and forth about what I should really be looking at when I move forward. So of course, the number one is the quality of your ingredients. They're telling you it's this, but is it really? So he really guided me on how to dig behind the label even better and how to go about confirming that these companies are selling me what they say they are. So he really guided me, and he said to me, don't pigeonhole yourself in this niche. You can go beyond this, and don't be one of these fly by night pop up in the backyard beard companies, because I made something and I didn't lose my hair, so I'm gonna go sell it. And I realized when he said that, I was like, that's me. That's me, because I did not do my due diligence and do all the research I should have done. So I really kind of took a step back. And Steven, that metal guy, 1983, even, we went back and forth and he confirmed a couple of things for me. And so I was like, I really need to take a step back and focus and figure out what exactly is the product that I want to put out there. And that's the product that you all have today. He really reeled me in and said, look, if you're going to say that this is natural and organic, you better be able to back it up. It's your responsibility. And so I took that to heart, and that's what I did. So before, I will flat out tell you, when I first started, I bought my crap off Amazon. Who doesn't, right? Especially if you're a Prime member, you get free shipping. But you learn in that process that the people on Amazon are just there to make a buck. They don't care how they make it or who they make it from. They want to move product, and that's what they're going to do. So you have to be cautious of that even now, because that's still what people are there doing. Amazon has worked hard, I think, to kind of weed those kinds of people out. But I was getting things off of there because I was like, oh, well, if I order, say, this shea butter from here, I can save $2 versus this other company. So, of course, I would go with the savings. Who wouldn't, right? But it bit me, and it bit me hard. I learned a lot of lessons in that time. It's a very, and like Bam says, it's a very hard lesson to learn. There was several months where I was just like, I am the worst person in the world. I had sent something to Steven and it had too much cinnamon in it. Well, if I'd have taken my time and did some more research, I would have realized that like 70-ish% of people are allergic to it.
Which is huge.
Yeah, so I would have been more cautious with that, or just not have used it. So a hard lesson. And he had a lot of irritation from it, like around his mouth. And he was just like, what did you use? And I'm like, oh, well, it says it's this. And he was like, yeah, I don't think so. And so I really figured out, with a lot of research and a lot of references from a lot of different places, that there were certain companies that you could trust, because if they said they're selling you something that's organic, it's 100% organic. They stake their reputation on it. They stand behind it. And so I've steered away from that. And I'm sure if the point was I wanted to save money, I could find these ingredients cheaper, but I don't have the faith in those ingredients. So everything is now streamlined. Everything I use, I know, is 100% organic. They get it responsibly. There is no, you may get it one time and then the next time you get this crap that was at the bottom of the barrel. It is all consistent. That's what I look for. That was one of the things that I think kind of drew Cappy in when he tried it. He was like, oh, yeah, this is really good.
That's actually funny, because your oil was actually what kept me with you. It was that the fact that your artwork was what I was trying to say you were selling yourself short on.
Right.
And by stepping up in the artwork area and then finding the best of the best at the same time, which we do a lot of product research. Mandy and I are always sending stuff back and forth. There's many nights I'll call her and I'll have a big group of guys here that we're testing beard scents.
It's great.
So we're like figuring out what we want to go with for the next one, and everyone's wearing it and it's like a bunch of girls basically testing makeup. You know what I mean?
It is so funny to watch.
Yeah, all of us are that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny to watch.
You see the stuff back here?
Right.
It doesn't
Ryan,
get built on.
For that, I really appreciate your kind words.
I was going to say, I don't want to see what's behind you guys. I want to see what's in your medicine cabinets, because that's where the good stuff is.
That's where Cappy keeps his good stuff. I've seen it.
That is true. Mine stays on the counter, right? My best stuff stays around my counter. Like I have a thing of beard gents that I use for nighttime to go to sleep. I just have it. That's where I go. That's my go-to. Like if I'll have my little section where it's like my testing section, and then I'll have my go-tos. Like I need some butter for tonight or something to sleep, and that's where I have that stuff. Yeah, very good.
So
hey, Bam, don't sell yourself short. Your stuff is good too. I've tried your stuff, Bam.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. Jeez Louise. It's like,
yeah.
I've got more of your stuff back here than anybody else's.
Of JOFMs, yeah.
Yeah, and yes, your artwork is really banging. having odds do that. It's really your Vixen kind of. I was like, ooh, Santa. But yeah, look at it's the truth. Look at his cabinet.
So I thought I'd take a minute and just show you just the cabinet. So I keep beard oil here, beard oil at work. My beard oil collection at work is about this big. But then Dan C turned me on to Detroit Grooming Company, and I've got a bunch of that now, and it's all kept in my bedroom. So there's plenty of actually oils, and there's plenty of different companies out there. That's what's great about this. And Mandy and I got involved. I wanted to bring a flair that no company was doing. So we've released some new lines actually. This time we actually released the Looney Bin line, which is pretty exciting. We're still waiting for somebody to hit us up and get that. So if you can figure it out, let us know.
The Looney Bin line. Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, our first one on the Looney Bin line is,
I totally understand about the artwork because Cappy's talent is it's amazing. He was showing me something he worked on the other day, and I was just like, that is so realistic. Like, it just blew my mind. Like, I felt like if I touched it, it was going to move or something. It was just so realistic.
Should we show him a sneak peek?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I'll leave that up to you.
It's going to get revamped anyways, so I might as well show him just the blacks on it.
Yeah, the man is always revamping.
Thank you.
Yeah. Always.
That's
He'll
awesome.
be like, look what I did with this one. And I'll be like, oh, that is so much cooler.
Hey, so while you're getting to that, I'm curious. I'm looking at your scent profiles on your website, right?
Yeah.
And between the Librarian and Wolfsbane, which has more of a leather?
Your Wolfsbane. You're gonna want to go to yeah, there it is. But Wolfsbane.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So it doesn't look it, but when he sent it to me, I was just like, down to the scales, it is so realistic looking.
Oh wow, that is cool.
Yeah, like he showed me just the head and the front legs, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be sick. And then he's like, look at it now, like 2 hours later, and I was like, is that thing gonna bite me?
Yeah.
Oh, so Bam is asking about those bottles.
Bam, shh, that's between you and me, man. Shh, shh. Yeah. But let me tell you, the ones that I showed you and you were like, oh, those are awesome. We should really.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Shh. Be quiet, Bam. Shh. But yeah, Bam is another wonderful helping person in this community. Love you to death, Bam. Love you to death. That'll never change. Love that man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
So this is one, it's like that's the first one in the Looney Bin. So
that's awesome.
We want to see if anybody can figure it out.
Yeah, we're still waiting to see if anyone is putting this together. I mean, we look at it and we laugh because we know.
I've already got this.
Jim Jones.
Yeah, the Jones and the cult. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got don't drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah. The Kool-Aid.
Yeah, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Right.
James, I think we're both on that, man.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things, like, people are like, oh my God, that's not funny. No, the tragedy itself was not funny. Right. But at this day and age, if you think about what's come out of that, like the little sayings like, are you drinking the Kool-Aid? Right. I mean, come on. At this point, it's still a tragedy, but you can look at it and say, that's kind of funny. Like, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
For one, actually, they never use Kool-Aid. They use Flavor-Aid is what they use. And hold on, let me get the dog to quiet down. They used Flavor-Aid is what they use.
Yeah, they did. It wasn't actually Kool-Aid. It was Flavor-Aid.
Oh, the generic Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And I didn't know that until actually Cappy had said, do you know? And I was like, really? So that man's got a Rolodex of information as well.
Well, we were talking.
Don't let his craziness deceive you.
We were talking about it one day, and it was just like, man, you know, it would be funny if the Kool-Aid Man got revenge because they used his name on all this the whole time. And that's where it actually came from, was the idea that the Kool-Aid Man was getting back at the Jonestown church and burning the church down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that's the concept of it. And it was like, man, if he got revenge, this is what it would look like. It's like a comedy, but he'd be tattooed at the same time. So it's just a neat little gimmick that we put together.
No, that was entirely him. Like, I was like, I don't know. I think it's a cool idea, but I was like, how would you do it? And he was like this. And I was like, that's great. Like, that is awesome.
That's cool. That's cool. And then the other thing is that this other ones, they had like King Kong in it. You had King Kong, right? In one of your new lineups.
We did.
That's Kong's Wrath.
Kong's Wrath, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's another one that when he was like, hey, what about this? And I was like, that nails it perfectly, because here's the sense. And that's what he's just so amazing at doing, is I can send him a scent and think, well, wouldn't it be cool if this was on it? And I don't even have to tell him that. He will just call me and be like, this is what I'm thinking. And he'll show me and I'll be like, dude, that's it. Like, that's what I was looking for. He just,
Nailed it. Nailed it, right?
Nailed it. Ken, that was your order that just popped through.
We so need, this is the thing, is I would love to live anywhere near you guys just to get a tattoo from the guy. I mean, I can't imagine the tattoos coming from somebody with that much talent. That's amazing.
Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Arizona.
So actually, we're working on, we'll be visiting Arizona very soon. One of my friends, actually from Wild Heart Rescue, she's out there, and I've been talking about going out and finding a shop to tattoo out of for a few weeks and just take a trip this summer is what I'm wanting to do.
And what's the name of it? Wild Heart Rescue?
Yep. It's down on the border. What city? I can't remember what city it's in. Let me look
Like
at
Douglas?
Hereford?
Oh, okay.
H-E-R-E-R, yeah.
Yep, I know where that is. Yeah. Are you going to go too, Mandy?
Oh yeah.
Good. You guys should. Arizona's awesome to go visit, especially during the
close
winter.
To you, Pratt?
Nowhere near, but my family's from I'm from Phoenix, so I'm probably about 200 miles north of there. But
gotcha.
But I would be happy to go if I knew it was like we're doing some worthy cause. I love doing charity work. That's my whole thing. I'm a charity work guy. So if I can do charity work, there's a couple people I know that do horse rescues here in town. So
yeah, and that's, I think
we should all meet there this summer and do a live straight from it, and maybe throw in some help for. That would be fun to do.
Yeah, maybe not the summer though. You guys might want to rethink summer.
Yeah,
it's 115 down there. Yeah, it's really hot.
Yeah, speaking of that, Mandy, aren't you liking this Kentucky weather right now?
Love it.
Windows. My wife's been happy having the windows open all day. Yeah, it's great.
Shush.
It's I love it. Like, I walked out this morning and I was like, oh, this feels amazing. Hello, fall.
Yep.
How's the weather in Florida? Because you're in just north of Miami, right?
It's actually been like 72 at night or 70 at night. And
that's not bad.
a couple of days I pop the windows open. Like right before bed, I'll just pop the windows open as soon as I get home from work. And even like this morning, it was just really nice and windy out, but like just that nice 71, I think it was 72 degrees this morning.
This is my temperature right now.
Oh my gosh. That's right now.
Right now.
What was it? I missed it. I'm sorry.
100.
Hey, Andy, check the private chat real quick.
Yeah, I didn't log in, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm a loser, slacker. So I can't post to the comments. So I was like, hey Ken, can you post this real quick? And he's like,
did you just want the chat?
Yeah, because Bam was asking for it. Hi, Charlie. Oh,
I can do that.
It's the homeboy. I am Junior Creator.
So,
my name's Daniel.
Oh, I see.
yeah, because Bam had been asking, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't log in. Captain's gone again."
So it is as a link, but there you go.
Yeah, let me go and put it up there.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me.
Let me go edit some more.
Yeah. What's the
Make sure that people know about this because you guys had to change up providers and then they changed your domain name.
Yeah, that was a whole mess. That is another reason I'm so glad that we're done with the Wix platform.
Me too.
They're horrible. And what's so YouTube, and it's the bearded practitioner, which I always spell wrong.
The only thing you have to do is turn off your sound. That's the only, because there's a 5-second delay or a 2-second delay or something that gives it an echo.
Yeah, it's it was a mess, Bam. It was a whole mess. Like, I woke up, I don't even remember what day it was, but that metal guy, 1983, Steven, that's just what I call him. I don't know what everyone else calls him, but he messaged me and he was like, "Mandy, your site is not working." And I was like, "What? Like, what?" Like, I was just on it. And he was like, "It's not working." So that was a whole disaster with Wix, the worst platform ever. I will never recommend them to anybody. Don't ever use them. Not only are they just not user friendly, they're just not helpful, period. They're not. So all I can say is thank goodness that Cappy and I had discussed switching the website earlier, and it was already in the works. So I could go ahead at that moment and just kind of shove it out there. Our plan was to get the 404 message up there and redirect everybody to Shopify. But yeah, best laid plans and all of that. So
yeah, so definitely use the new site. It's a different. What was the difference of this? I think something was not spelled out. Like, one was Beard Company and this is BC.
Yeah, with Wix, I had to spell it out. The 10th Kingdom Beard Company. It's 10thkingdombc.com. It should take you directly to Shopify. I will say this, if you Googled us in the past on the old website, that is probably still in your browser history, so it automatically takes you there. I don't know, you two, James, Crack, your IT people, I don't know what.
Yeah,
why
it saves it in the cookies. And I think that a lot of times what you can do is if you can resave it, but I would just go back to her new website, just type in the new website, and then you'll get the new you'll get it to it. I was able to get it fixed within minutes of it, and her new website looks so good. I just absolutely love it.
Yeah,
I know you put tons and tons of work on it.
Yeah. Well, and I did on the old one too, because how many times did I message you and I'm like, what do I do about this? Because you're an IT guy. What do I do?
Right.
It was just so hard to do anything, and it didn't integrate with anything. And Shopify integrates with Amazon, which we're on, by the way.
Yay.
Yeah, so shout out to you for dealing with me during those couple of weeks, because I know I was driving Cappy crazy. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Working on this stupid website."
Well, I figure that's the only, if I bring any talent to this, that's about it. I can do some IT performance, and I was like, nobody should have to write HTML these days, and know what a foot or a header is inside of HTML.
I still do it though.
I know. You still write it?
it. Like I tried to do that, and I'm like, and it was like, well, put this code here. And I'm like, well, what is here? It's like, put it here in the header between this and this. And I'm like, I have no idea what this is. And so Cappy, we talk all the time, and he would call me. He'd be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm about to chuck my laptop out the window because it says to do this, and I have no idea what it's talking about. How the man's not an alcoholic by now, I don't know. But
I drink because of Mandy.
Yeah.
So Mandy didn't mention this week. We actually went live this week on Amazon as well.
We did.
So that's
we did.
a big deal for us. We've been working on that for 3 weeks, the same time as Mandy's been doing the website. So
5.
She's been working her butt 5 weeks. Okay. She's been working her butt off in the background there while I'm doing the art and doing everything else. So we kind of complement each other in that. I'll do posts on days she can't do posts, which I've been absent for about a week of.
Probably.
Well, that's really cool. You guys are able to help each other like that. That's all cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what I was really happy to see that you guys had partnered up because you guys seem to have a good vibe together. And I hear that from people that actually talked to me after our last live stream.
Mm-hmm.
They said, hey, those two people have a good vibe together. I'm glad that they're working together.
We really do.
It's funny. I still think about it every day. I was sitting in a hospital bed when I met Mandy on the computer, and it was just one of those things you don't expect it to come this far. But here we are, a couple 7 months later, 6 months later, we've been working together now. And it was just an idea that we first kicked around, and I told Mandy, I was like, everything's great, but you got to do something about your logo. It just doesn't stand out. It's you got to do something. So we actually got a new logo. We fattened her up. So and now we're looking at actually doing stuff with that logo. We're talking about hats and apparel and things like that as well. We actually I released a hat for the tattoo company for the first time. So it kind of got me excited.
It didn't spawn.
Yeah.
That was your first kill.
You're like, you keep coming in and out. What are you doing?
It's the internet in our area, obviously.
Is it raining?
No, it's nice.
Already dead.
We got fiber optics as well, which just doesn't make any sense.
That's toxic.
Yeah. So my kids are in the background, guys. I apologize. They're playing Call of Duty on their mobile, so that's their thing.
It's all good.
So,
it's all good.
Just an FYI. Yeah, they were.
We had babies on last week.
Yeah. So my kids are part of the company too, just like Asia. Lil is actually, for those of you who don't know, is actually the one that made Wolfsbane. That was not me. That was entirely her. We were sitting here one night and we were just messing around, and she was like, hey, I actually like this one. And I was like, that's really good. And so she's like, this is what we're calling it. And I was like, okay. And you guys are all loving it. So that's props to her. And
Don't have me, Mom. I made a lot of them.
It's almost as good as Captain's Blend.
I am enjoying Captain's Blend. This is this week for Captain's Blend, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
I wear it every day.
Yeah, that was
good.
actually a family effort between myself, the kids, and my brother. And then we were like, let's send this one to Cappy, and he was like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I found them.
So
it's really good. It's a light cologne. That's how I kind of pick it up. I was trying to figure out, is it a barbershop? You said no.
No.
I think it's kind of I think it's a light cologne, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Teakwood, actually.
Yeah.
Teakwood's nice. It has a really nice, I like that. It has a good vibe to it. It's really good.
It's mahogany teakwood. It's not just teakwood. It's the combination of both of them. So that's, I think, really kind of gives it that
cologne vibe. Yeah, I think it gives it that cologne vibe.
Yeah.
Have you guys had stuff with mahogany in it before? James or Ken?
With teakwood.
I was trying to think of what I've had with. I had that spice mahogany from Iowa Beard Co. That hitchhiker. I was like, boy, this is like a fall scent with a cologne vibe to it, and it was the spice mahogany that made it throw that extra bit of cologne vibe into it. I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. Speaking of fall scents, you guys have 2 of them. I've ordered them and I'm getting them because I can't wait because I'm like all in. Like, Ken or James, are you guys like into this fall scent thing? I'm just like completely dived in. I like anybody who has a fall scent that I think I like their company. I'm buying their stuff.
I wore some stuff today. I'm getting into like last year. I got a few fall scents from a
Dang it, I lost my combat. I don't remember where it went.
a couple from.
I can't grab it. I get up there to grab mine.
Everett, I'm not telling you everything that's in it, my friend. Nice try. If you all notice, Cappy and I do not tell you everything that's in there as far as the scent profile, because to us, that's kind of like part of the thrill is you all trying to figure out what else is in there.
It's the magic.
Yes.
The Barbu does that too. He's like, Barbu, and they're just like, what else is in this? It makes me sleepy. What did you do? And he's like, Barbu.
Great.
I love
And
it.
that's okay. I mean, for Wolfsbane, you sold me just with leather. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. And there's maybe 1 or 2 more that's going to come out that's going to have leather in it, and then we're going to give leather a break for a while.
Oh, leather never deserves a break.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite scent, Ken?
What's that?
Is that your favorite scent?
Oh yeah, you know me and Emo and Andrew, the Leatherheads. Yeah, absolutely.
So did you guys see we released a scent called "Make It Rain" this time? Did you guys see that?
I bought it. Yes.
Yes. So
Him and Ryan both actually bought it.
I want to see what you guys think of that once it comes out.
Yeah.
Yep, I have it coming. It's on its way now. It's on its way through the USPS post office.
Yeah.
Right
Nice.
Ryan will probably have his. Well, you both should have them within the next day or so. But yeah. So did anyone pick up on what's behind that label?
I was trying to figure that out because all I had was strip club. But
well, if you flip the words around, it's OnlyFans.
It's OnlyFans.
It's a little.
Isn't that like that? Isn't OnlyFans like the website with all the kind of like girls?
Yeah, with the girls.
Okay.
And some guys.
Right. Yeah, it's. I mean, and you see a lot of that on Instagram in their bios. You know, go to my fans or my OnlyFans and pay me money. And no, I'm not going to. Not. Charlie, how you know it's not a family-friendly site?
I'm actually starting an OnlyFans, and I'm gonna give Dad advice.
Yeah.
Do you have daddy issues? Because I'm your guy.
Right. So Make It Rain is kind of just another jab at that to be funny.
It smells like a strip club.
Well, when COVID hit, people needed to make money, so they started their OnlyFans.
Yeah, it just
is that kind of where it came from? Because I didn't ever remember that being like everybody. Like TikTok has, half the girls are only fans or only whatever is it? What's it called?
OnlyFans.
Fans only.
I was searching one day for ceiling fans and it came up. Can't help but search the site.
But it's like all the weird hack IG girls have those where it's just like they'll like, hey, you're now my friend, and then all of a sudden you're like, who are you? You don't have a beard. You don't have a beard, but you have a fans only or only fans.
Like to wear the beard.
Yeah. There's a company out there that. Have you guys heard of this? Maybe Ken, or have you guys seen this show up in your ads as like the thigh brush? I
have so many questions.
It's like I was like, hey, it has a beard on it, and I'm like, oh, that's not the kind of beard that they're talking. Well, it's just not going to go there.
Unsightly bikinis, we got the brush for you.
I know. I saw that and I was like, hey, what are they trying to? And they're actually local Arizona. Like their like warehouse is like maybe a mile from my house. So I'm like, hey, it's a beard company, and I'm like, that's not a beard company.
No. And Ryan, I'm with you, acting like he doesn't know the name of that site.
Oh yeah,
I see it on Amazon.
Amazon. That's where I get all my money now. Didn't you know? That's where I get all my side hustle money for my beard products. I'm on Fans Only.
Yeah.
He's probably on there with Corey too, Abby.
Taking his money.
I'm not getting very much money though. Hence it has to come out of my allowance.
I pay him to make me put my clothes back on.
That's probably what would be the case. Old fat man. So I was telling the guys I turn 47 next Wednesday, and I realized very quickly that I was like, holy moly, when did I get to this age where I have like 4 grandkids?
It hurts you.
Like I'm okay with like, hey, but then I'm like, I really am that age now. I'm not like kind of a grandpa. Now I am the age of a grandpa. When I was 35 or 36 when Van was born, I was like, I'm a young grandpa. I'm 36. That's way too young. 47 and my kids are still having babies, and it's like my kids are, now I'm old.
So I'm just wondering, what age is it okay that we can just run around in our underwear out in the yard? What age is that?
Any age,
but I can tell you this. Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. Like the old guy that's just like out there. He's like, he don't care. He's got his beer gut out there. He's just out there with his paper. He's getting his paper usually.
Told you stay off lawn.
Everybody, I remember growing up with one of those guys. James knows those guys really well because he probably lives in that city where all those retirees where they're just like driving golf carts and like they think that's a form of transportation.
They're like,
I don't live around there.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like those, like there's a city here called Sun City, and you have to really the main transportation in this city. It's a retirement city, and it's one of those master plan retirement cities. And all it is just people running. The main form of transportation is a golf cart.
China.
There's one here called Sun and Fun.
China is an
Yeah. That's what my little town is like. Augusta. No lie. You go down into there and it's not really big, but people are always driving around in golf carts. The first time I seen that, I was like, what the hell? I was like, why are we in golf carts? Like, is that a requirement to live here?
It is a requirement for if you have like a good golf game. My vision's so bad that I lose the golf ball as soon as I hit it. So there's not really much of, there's like hunt and find your golf ball. It's not golfing, it's hunt and find it. Where did I think I hit it?
Before we start.
What did you do before we started?
I said I get way too drunk before we start golfing.
Oh.
No, that's I can hear at the club, right?
What is it with that, guys? Like, why do you do that? Like, what?
Do you guys go golfing,
It's
Ken
the
or
ladies.
James?
The beer cart.
I don't know how to golf.
They got some really good-looking beer cart girls.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing here in Arizona. That's what kind of keeps those guys coming here, because we're in Phoenix, and Phoenix is known for its golf. And my stepsister was one of those golf girls, and that's where she met her husband, is being a golf cart girl.
Yeah, in Kentucky, we don't have good looking golf cart girls because the Kentucky women will beat their asses. Like, you're messing with my husband, here's a golf club, sister. This is what we do with it.
Well, isn't it true in Kentucky a woman with 2 teeth side by side is considered a 10?
No, she's a 5.
Oh, okay.
A 10 is if you have at least 4.
Yeah.
Unless you're Mrs. Bluegrass, and then she's just like a 20 on her own because she's just awesome.
Oh, there's no equal. There's no equal.
Nah.
Yeah, I think everybody in this community knows that that Ken has gone up. He's definitely gotten the best.
Chris likes to tell me that I'll kick my coverage. Yeah.
That's what I was going with.
I'm still waiting to get Ken underneath the tattoo needle.
What's
Oh,
that?
that's right. Yeah, Ken will have to. You guys will have to. I'll tell you that
Iowa
just based
Beer
off your
Company logo,
artwork. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking about that last time with that one logo. I still fully intend to have that done for sure.
We're gonna go live that day too, right?
Yeah,
Right. I
absolutely.
think I should go live.
Yes.
Do that.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be totally fun.
You know, Ken won't be the crying one. I will. I'm gonna be crying while I do the tattoo.
What was the
Right.
logo? I can't remember what the logo was. What was the logo on that?
Iowa Beard Company, wasn't it?
No, it's Beard Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, that's right.
Yeah, they have that cool because my wife is from Wisconsin. We're huge Wisconsin people. So
Right.
they have that really cool Wisconsin logo.
Yeah.
You
That's
Oh,
cool.
need to have your cheese hat on, Ken.
Where's the camera?
I've got.
Everyone's
Hey,
looking you in the.
yes.
Oh, I don't know where it's at.
Oh man.
Now give me my cat. No.
My kids are special. What can I say?
You're right. I am.
I mean, it's like, hey, here's our cat. Look at his balls. Oh wait, he doesn't have
no
balls.
balls.
You're welcome, Mrs. Bluegrass. I love you, girl. I love you,
No polo.
Charlie.
The girls stick together in this. They know that they're in this like bearded crazy world.
They're outnumbered.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know what the cool thing is that I haven't ran into too many really negative people, like female wise here. So it's always nice to have some really close, good female in the group too, to kind of add that extra estrogen into the picture, kind of keep you grounded.
Right. Yeah.
Mandy said she's gonna grow a beard soon.
But
I am.
you can be the
She wants to
bearded
compete
lady.
against all of us.
Yeah. My beard's gonna
Hold your own
too.
competition.
Just saying.
Well, guys, it is 6:18 practitioner time. So I always tell people that this is about an hour show, and I don't want to go over too much. But I think we've had some really awesome discussions. We even had Dan coming in, kind of having a good discussion about hemp. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I thought that,
Thanks, Dan.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But I think that the reason why we brought you back on is because you guys are kicking it up. And I wanted to throw some more love at you guys because you guys are igniting. There's a lot of stuff going on for you guys. You guys are a new website. I've heard about Mandy's business plan and how much effort she's putting into this company. And, pulling her hair out, working until 2 or 3 in the morning trying to get a website to work. I know that Ken, you guys have been together. You guys have been brainstorming artwork and products. And well, so I think deserve everything you guys are. I hope this is going to help you guys ignite a little bit more. So
Thank you. We appreciate that, and we do too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is just the unique talent that Cappy brings, coupled with a product that's already amazing, and that really is what knocked it up a notch. I mean, because we were talking about the label earlier, and he was like, don't want to hurt your feelings. I was like, dude, you're not telling me anything I don't already know. I don't have that talent like he does. I can't even draw a stick figure and make it look like a stick figure. Okay.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are able to partner up because, and again, I hear people tell me throughout the last live stream, good vibe. I can see that they're going to go somewhere. And then you guys are producing. You guys have this new Shopify site coming out, or you guys do. It's out there now. You guys have the new
Amazon
product lines that are coming out because you've and I've tried it. So now I'm like hooked because this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. And when you find it, you're like, yeah, this is a gem. So James, do you have any last questions or any?
No, I actually, I'm looking to try out some stuff from you guys as well. So I'm gonna go through your set profiles and see what you got. And
And don't ever get comfortable with what's there now. That's
Yes.
the only word of warning I'm going to give anyone. Don't get comfortable with what's there.
If you like it, get it while you can, because we've got so much coming out of this shop that we're going to be sending you guys on a little trip with us. We've got some ideas and a lot of fun coming.
Yeah.
That kind of goes along with the frame of your company too, because that's kind of the journey. It's a journey, right? Because that's the movie. You're journeying through this world of crazy fantasy characters, and you guys are creating it. I think that's awesome. I think your artwork is unique and yet refreshing. I think your products are well thought out and researched, and I enjoy being, talking and with good talking shop and getting to know that part of it. So it's really fun.
I do want to announce on my end real quick. One thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be asking for people to post collections in the future. Like I'm going to say, hey, post this 4-set. The first person to post, I'm going to send out a free piece of artwork, something hand autographed, something fun we're going to do.
No nudes. No nudes.
Oh man, Raymond nudes are my favorite.
Yeah, no Raymond nudes.
So keep an eye on that. So if you guys do collect and you guys are getting out there, keep your bottles, man, because it's going to be some fun. In the next year, we were already talking about some really cool things we're going to be doing, some real good giveaways, especially for and things that we're going to be helping some other places and other businesses. We may even have some fun with another beard company you guys might see in the future. So we'll see what happens. We got some ideas.
Right.
Cool.
Also,
Cool.
I wanted to mention, because this is a new addition to the website. Excuse me. So moving forward, because we've had an amazing amount of requests from people. They want us to help support their cause or their fundraisers, which we absolutely love. There's a section on the website where you can submit that to us. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing, why you're doing it, why this charity means something to you. That's information that Cappy and I will be sharing as we do the donations for the giveaways, because if it means something to you, then we want to help spread that, like with Sober Chef Eric. When he came to me and he asked me, Ken and I was talking about it, we didn't know anything about Phoenix, about where he was at and how he got through his situation. So we really enjoyed learning that and saying, let's share their story. Why is this important? How did they help you? We're big on that. We stand behind what we say. So that is something new on the website. And we ask that anyone who wants us to pitch in with them to please just submit it through there. My cat just tried to tear my leg off. Because we do get a lot of other direct messages, and we don't want these important ones to get lost in that shuffle. So that's just an FYI moving forward.
We're pretty close to each other.
Okay.
That's awesome. See, and that's what I really appreciate about this community is the charity work that everybody does. And so I'm really glad that you guys are part of this and doing that kind of thing. I love the idea of you guys doing some work down in Arizona with some charities down there for animals. I think that's awesome.
Excited about that one.
That is cool. That is cool. So yeah, we'll definitely have to hook up with a live stream on that. That's a really great idea. And those there's so much need for especially animals in Arizona desert wise, because there's people that just bring their animals out to the desert to die. I know people that do that. They bring them out to the reservations, and there's a lot of wild horses out here. So, and there's a puppy sounding right there.
Oh yeah, that's Ivy. That's Miss Ivy. That's his newest.
Yeah, I'm fighting with her a little bit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so, guys, your guys' next thing is on Monday.
Yes.
And on whose channel is that on?
Yours?
Yep.
Like you don't know? Like, did you forget?
I know. I was just, throwing it out. So it's on my channel, yes. So we're doing something on Monday. I'm really excited to be part of this because I enjoy what you guys are doing and what The Rock is cooking.
Oh, don't know.
Mandy's cooking. What Mandy's cooking.
Cappy's cooking. He's the cooker.
Cooking. One of those two is cooking some stuff.
Remember,
Mandy's burning boiling water.
So I always like to leave this segment. What's going on in the next week or two? I think we've kind of touched on some of your stuff, Mandy, but what else do you have going on in the next week outside of what we got going on Monday?
I can't even tell you. Cappy and I, we've got a list of stuff that we're always working through. But really what's going to be announced Monday is going to be, I don't know, would you say like our major focus?
Monday is going to be one of our major focuses. We do have some scents coming out next month, though. We're releasing, 6 or 7, I think, next month as well.
Oh, wow.
Well, there's one.
Some oldies and some new ones.
Yeah, awesome. There's one in particular that we're going to push to release this month. That's another inspired by scent. So I think probably, Cappy's already got me the artwork for it, which is, it's really awesome. And it's something else that's really important to us.
You want to drop the name since they can't see it?
Yeah, that's true. I can. So this inspired by scents is called Lucky's Blend. I don't know if you all have noticed, like we tend to drop scents that reflect the people in the company and our ambassadors. So Lucky is an ambassador. He's totally awesome.
An ambassador.
Yeah. How long did that last?
A couple hours. She was like,
right.
Save me.
but so just real quick, it's for autism. Lucky is a retired tattoo artist as well, who was just recently diagnosed with having Asperger's. So he's an awesome guy. He's the one that you see me reposting where he put our 1912 logo on his truck.
That's cool.
So this is for Lucky, and for his cause. So
yeah, proceeds are actually going to autism awareness. We're talking about possibly even making some patches for him and then helping him out there. We really like working with the guys we've got. We kind of chose a couple guys not based on they're in what they're involved in or anything, but more because of who they are and what they represent. And we've got a bunch of good guys. You guys are about to meet some new ones we just brought on. We've got 2 new ambassadors this week that are personal friends of mine that I finally brought in. Mandy's kind of been gearing her people up. Now I'm actually making the switch to bring on some guys. Actually, one of them's Amish, great guy. Comes out of North Georgia. He's the North Georgia captain for the Bearded Villains. And then I brought on another guy named Dave Perkins. He's he's online as Ponytail Dave.
Yeah.
2 great guys. They're actually real good supporters. Dave's a villain himself and actually a member of the Bearded Villains and just gets involved. He's actually deals with autism, and one of his favorite things is autism. So it's really kind of neat. He's a trucker, so he probably will stop in soon and check out Lucky and get to meet Lucky before we even will, because he's all over the country.
Yeah, and I'm so excited that Dave and Amish have joined us. They are 2 totally awesome guys that bring even more fun and craziness to this already dysfunctional group that we are. I mean,
you guys are good though. You guys are going somewhere. That's awesome, and I appreciate you guys. Autism, Down syndrome. That's what my grandson. Any of those special needs children. They're. It's so funny because I don't think they're special needs to me. It's just part of my life.
Yeah.
And so I think anybody who knows somebody who has autism or special needs in any way, it's just life for you if you're in their life. I know with Van, there's so much love around him, and I don't think my life wouldn't be the same without him. So it's just
I don't see that as being special needs. They are just so awesome. They're just a different type of awesome, and I have really learned that by just interacting with Lucky. It was something you always know, but when you actually get one-on-one, Lucky he just blew me away. And you can't help but, just look at anyone that if they have any sort of special needs, they're just, a unique and rare gift.
absolutely
It's really,
I agree with you. Gift is what I would say. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
and what if we all started, instead of looking at autism as a mental function where it's something wrong with someone, what if we thought of it as like the next step of evolution of the brain, possibly, that just somebody thinks differently and they're wired differently? Because if you ever have a conversation with these people, man, they can outthink any of us most of the time. They're smart. They have so much more capability. The difference isn't a lot of them is they're just not as emotionally pulled or charged as we are, some of us. And some of them are even more charged by the energy around them. And I always thought, what if it was just the next step of evolution in our species, people themselves?
It's an interesting thought. That's actually a really good thought.
Yeah, that really is.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, Ken. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's actually a really positive vibe. And that's exactly with Van. I know that, man, the kid's such a loving kid, such an amazing heart on that kid. And next November, or coming up here in November, I'm going to try to do a special thing for Down syndrome with Barbados Joe. He has a daughter that has Downs. And so we do like a special live for them. And last year we had a blast. So it's something that's dear to my heart. And I've done several walks for autism and things like that because my sister-in-law watches 2 autistic children, or I think actually one's an adult, and just special people, just awesome people, just like what you're saying, Ken. Just, what if that is the case? Yeah, very smart individuals. So, James, what do you got going on in the next week, buddy?
I'm just working on a few other reviews. Not really sure what I'm gonna put out there yet, but that's really about it. Nothing really too much. Staying busy with work and doing videos and stuff.
Well, that's fun. Yeah. That's what I'm at. What's going on with you, Ken? Do you got anything cool going on?
Yeah, I got a few videos that I'm working on. Another podcast will be out on Wednesday. So my podcast will be out every Wednesday. I do it at 5 a.m. Eastern. So then when people are getting up and driving to work, it's out there.
That's cool. That's cool.
Can we talk about that time? So what do you talk about in your podcast? Because I'm gonna have to tune into this now because I'm curious.
Yeah, so it's my view for my podcast is basically how we deal with real world stuff, right? I just started. I've only done 2 of these. One of them was Tevin, that ginger dad he was on, and we talked about how he lost his father to a drunk driving accident.
That's horrible.
And now Tevin works with addicts with his church, so he's taken that and tried to use that to help other people addicted.
Right.
And then the second one was absolutely.
That's Tevin's awesome, dude.
For sure. And the second one was about anxiety, somebody that deals with anxiety and how they deal with that on a daily basis. So
very cool. See, that's
Very cool.
I love so Ken knows this. So I absolutely think he's one of the best, outstanding people in the community. But that's exactly a reason why him and his wife help promote helping people. It's not just about the beards; it's about helping people and getting into their heart and helping. I think that's such an awesome thing about your podcast and some of the ideas that you have is that you're interviewing people to get to know them so that people can see, there is something behind the scenes. They're people just like you and me. And then you're also taking on some of those deep struggles that all of us are dealing with from a day-to-day basis. I think that's awesome, Ken. That's, again, kudos to you guys for being able to do that and help other folks.
Where do you air it at? What is it like?
It's on any podcast platform. So it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. It's everywhere. It's called Off the Bearded Path.
Okay, Off the Bearded Path.
I love that. That's cool, man. And he has a little podcast and a beard on him.
Right.
Oh, cool.
Amanda's gonna find it and send it to me.
It's really cool. It's really good. And Ken is such a good speaker that he's just so mellow and easy to listen to that it's just really good to hear that kind of podcast. That's a really good podcast. It's not all over the place. It's good. It is really good.
Some people would say that I put people to sleep. It just depends.
I don't think that's the case. I think that your subject matter is so good, but you're also mellow. So it's just really good to kind of keep that, that energy going.
Has to be.
You're keeping people from being anxious.
You have a very soothing voice, Ken.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's very even, and you're just like, okay, I can, yeah.
It's funny. So the podcast that came out Wednesday was with the Flying Beardsman and McMahon. If you guys know McMahon, he said that me and John have some of the two best voices out, and if we do something together, it's just going to break the internet. So we did a podcast together.
There you go. And he broke the internet. Yeah, it's good. That's awesome. Yeah, I love flying. He's on next week, actually, to be honest with you.
Nice.
So next Thursday I have John on. So yeah, I've been pinging. He's a music lover. I'm a music lover. My mom's a music teacher. Yeah, we have some common ground there. Growing up and being around the music teaching is a big part of my life. So.
Oh, well, you should talk more to Cappy because he's introduced me to stuff. I'm like, I've never even heard of them. I'm like, dude, but they're really good.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to do that. I'm a music buff. That's my life. I play musical instruments. I played them since I was 5th grade. I've been around music all of my life. Both my parents are music. My bio dad is a musician. My stepmom's a music teacher.
Heck yeah.
So I've been around it all of my life. I can't remember a time where there wasn't an instrument in my hands. There's actually newspaper articles with me playing piano. So. But yeah. So anyway, let me tell you about where I'm going this week. I got some exciting things. I am going with my 94-year-old granddad. We are going to do social distancing. Mind you, social distancing. We are going to Tombstone, Arizona, Bisbee, Arizona, Douglas, Arizona, and Sierra Vista, Arizona, which is all places that he grew up in. He grew up in Douglas, and then my family's from near Sierra Vista. Elfrida is the name of it, but most people don't know what that is. But near Sierra Vista, and we are doing that this weekend. And then again on Wednesday, I am turning the big 47, so we are going to be sitting here and crying about it. Not really celebrating much about it. Just like, hey, there's another year. Don't give me any cake, please. Does that have?
That sounds like a lot of fun, though.
Is that vegan cake? Is that going to bloat me any? Is that going to be good for my joints? That's what I'm thinking. Does it have some sort of,
Well, Cappy's got some stuff to help you with that.
There you go.
You're closer than I am to his age.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out who's the closest because I think, Ken, how old are you? You're close on the door of 40?
39.
He is. Oh, wrong. Sorry, wrong Ken. You're 39?
You're right. I'm sorry. Which one were you talking to?
I was talking to Ken, Bluegrass Ken, because I know the other captain.
39, yeah.
39, and then James is what?
38.
38. So I knew that. And then
These youngsters.
No, we're not talking to Mandy. She's 29. Mandy's 29. And
What?
you, Captain?
41.
Shut up. I am. I'm 41. Yeah. Of course, if you ask my dad, he'll tell you I'm 45. We argued about it like on my birthday. He's like, "You're 45." I said, "No, I'm 41." He's like, "No." I was like, "Dad, I know what year I was born in. I'm 41." But yeah. So
so that's yeah. So we're gonna have a good time going down to South. So it's actually exactly where you guys are gonna be doing this charity work. That's where I'm going. So
cool.
going to Southern Arizona. It's south of Tucson. Tombstone, which is everybody knows the OK Corral, maybe Wyatt Earp, those type of people. We did realize that we are not going. There is a Wyatt Earp house, so that's kind of cool. So we're probably going to go see that, and then we're just going to do Tombstone. But the coolest thing that I found is a Tombstone mustachery. They sell beard oils, and you can go get a shave. A beard trim.
There you go. So if you're going to be in that area, you should swing by the Wild Hearts Rescue because she sells handmade soaps and they are
that'd be kind of
beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool. I'll have to go check that out.
She started that to try and kind of help support the rescue. So swing by there, get some.
Yeah, I'll go find out. I'll go get some information and I'll have to go and hook that up because that would be kind of cool. I know I'm going to get some pictures from the Tombstone Mustachery. I've talked to those guys a couple times, so I'm excited to be able to. And they're right off the main strip of Tombstone, where the OK Corral area is. There's their shop is right there, so pretty cool. Well, guys, I'm going to let this wrap up. I'm sure that I have a family that's been waiting to see me all day, and I'm sure you guys do too. So thank you guys for coming on. This was brilliant. I enjoyed the stories. I enjoyed having you guys on yet again. James, thanks for being a team on this one. We got good desserts coming in as always. Next week, I can't wait to, even his hey, I just did nothing desserts are yeah, I get this. It's with real ingredients. It's not like what I do.
Right. You went to the store and bought one and James is like, yeah, I just threw this together with whatever was lying around. And I'm like, dude, that's
I say it's
Michelin star quality food.
I just say it's like a cookie, so it's not extravagant. It's not oh my God, it's a cookie.
It's a cookie, but it's one of those cookies that you could probably die for. It's kind of like Mrs. Bluegrass's cookies or her cupcakes. I saw her mojito cupcake is what really turned me. I was just like, a mojito cupcake? Holy moly, you had me at mojito. I love mojito flavor stuff.
And it was good. Good.
I bet. Oh, and then she made rum chata ones.
Rum chata, yeah.
Yeah, that sounded really good. I will tell you this: do not use the coffee rum chata. That's a no go. It doesn't taste good.
Yeah, she made coffee cupcakes when Weatherbeard, Corey, he was driving through and he stopped by the house. It's been a couple months ago now, but she made coffee cupcakes for them. So
that's so good. I just love that stuff. I love desserts. And so that's the reason why we did this, but you can tell that one's better at making desserts than the other. Yeah. I put some tahini on some popcorn tonight. I think he wins. I'm trying to think. Every time that I have Ken and James on, it's like both of them have amazing desserts to share. So I'm like, yeah, I can even compete with these guys. You got Miss Bluegrass in one corner, and you got James in the other. I'm going to come out with popcorn with tahini on it. I can't even compete.
I'm glad you said Miss Bluegrass because all she does is hand me a plate. I have nothing to do with making it, so that's all her brilliance.
That's the whole thing. It's not about just IT. It's not about having the answer. It's about going to know the person who has the answer.
Right.
If you have good food, it's maybe not being able to make the good food, but you married the person who can make the good food. Exactly. So, and I don't live anywhere near you guys, so I can't just go rummage. If I lived I would be so fat. I'd be like, hey, Ken, what's going on? Hey, where's the food? Where's the cookies? I would just come over just to visit for the cookies. Be like, "Where's some milk? I got my milk here, right here. I got the milk. You came over with milk. You're ready for some cookies." Anyway, I'm gonna have her send me some, but I'm not gonna pay. I hate to say that I'm not gonna pay $275 for them.
Oh,
I
was
would.
an auction. I mean, that was just an auction thing. Yeah.
That was awesome though, but that's so awesome. That's what our group does. My whole point in that is that we have a charity group that does things like that. That's what we do as a community. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
You don't find that out.
And I have to give a shout out, like the Bearded Villains. They are always, I follow a lot of them, and before Cappy and I became friends, I was just always like in awe of them because they were always posting like, "Come out to our event. This is for the community. We're giving back." And I was just like, wow, now that is brotherhood. Like it just, because not all of the bearded clubs do that. And they really, like I've seen several pictures and I was just like blown away. So, when Cappy was like, "Hey, what about Amish and Dave?" And I'm like, yeah, because, that they're good dudes. But from what I know of the club, they are really good people.
Right.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So shout out to that because
you see, that's good bearded clubs or something that we should all, especially with having that ability to be able to help other people like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually
guys, I'm going to call this a night. Thank you guys for coming on in. Thank you. Thank you for everybody who attended. We had great discussions. Dan was in house. JOFM had some good information. We had so many people. Copper Tyson was in. Absolutely great companies in, as well as 10th Kingdom BC. Thank you guys for coming in. And again, that wonderful code is what again, Amanda?
This was Ken's creation again. Like, he was like, "Let's do a code," and I'm like, "Okay, just code." And he's like, "No, we got a secret." I was like, "Oh."
So that is the code for your 20% discount. Go check out the new awesome website. They have been putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this company over the last month or two, and you can tell there's a lot of love going into this. So go check them out. 20% off until Monday, and then on Monday we're coming back here again, and we're going to be discussing some secrets. So we'll talk to you guys soon.